Now we will discuss another emerging trend in cybersecurity, and that is more social engineering attacks. Social engineering attacks are on the rise as the cyber criminals are using techniques such as phishing, spear phishing, and identity theft to gain access to the sensitive data. What is the meaning of social engineering? Social engineering is a malicious practice of tricking people into revealing their sensitive information using psychological manipulation. The stages of social engineering attack are selecting the victim, doing the research of the victim, then developing relationship with them, and then exploiting the relationship. All of us know that Google and Facebook are multinational corporations and they have their own well built cybersecurity teams. Even then, the cyber criminals have been able to play fraud on companies like Google and Facebook. We will give here you an example. Rima Sukas, a person from Lithuania, his team created a fake company pretended to be a computer maker called Quant. They claimed to work with Google and Facebook. We may tell you that a company from Taiwan, namely Quanta, was working with Google and Facebook, and the said organization Quanta was supplying services or products to the Google and Facebook. That is, that Taiwanese company was having a relationship with Google and Facebook, and the cyber criminal were aware of this fact, and so they created a fake company. Then the cyber criminal sent tricky emails to certain employees of Google and Facebook asking for money through fake invoices. Surprisingly, the employees actually paid $100 million to the fake company's bank accounts between 2013 and 2015. Microsoft warned in February 2022 that a Russian hacking group was targeting Ukrainian government agencies, NGOs with spear phishing. If we generally discuss that the cyber criminals are using various social engineering methods to unauthorizedly access the data or do cyber attacks on the various organizations, it will not serve the purpose. We must be actually aware of what is the meaning of particular terms. So now we will discuss what is spear phishing. Spear phishing is a target form of phishing attack. In spear phishing, the attackers gather information about their targets, such as their names, job titles, email addresses, and other details, often obtained through social engineering techniques, data breaches. With the information gathered, they craft convincing emails that appear to come from a trusted source, such as a colleague, a supervisor, or a reputable organization that the target is associated with. The goal of spear phishing is to trick the recipients into taking certain actions, such as on clicking malicious links, opening infected attachments, or providing information like passwords or login credentials. For example, suppose a person named B is your friend, they will create a email in the name of your friend and send you a mail in his name, and they may attach some form of email, they may attach something with their email which is having some malicious software, and that email may ask you to open the attachment. It is worthwhile to see that email, see that attachment, and when you think that this email is from my known person or my friend or my relative, you will naturally like to click on it. This is a method of a cyber attack which is being adopted by the cyber criminals. The aim of cyber attackers behind spear phishing is to gain unauthorized access to the systems, steal sensitive data, or carry out their malicious activities. So it has become very important on the part of the individuals as well as the organizations to exercise caution and be vigilant when handling emails, especially those emails that request sensitive information or urge immediate action, so that we can protect ourselves from becoming victim to spear phishing attacks. Now, another emerging trend is that insider threats are on the rise. Normally, we think that the cyber criminals are outsiders. This is wrong. There are certain persons from within the organization which also act against the working of the organization, and they are regarded as insider threats. Insider threats include employees who are presently working, former employees, or the partners of the organization, or the third party persons who are working for the organization and have access to the computer systems or the network of the organization. Insider threats are a major risk for the organization of sizes. It is expensive to ignore them. That is, we should not, we cannot ignore the insider threats. As per a survey, it now takes 85 days to contain an insider threat. Now, what is insider threat? Insider threat is a malicious threat to an organization that comes from people within the organization, such as employees, former employees, contractors, business associates, who have inside information concerning the organization's security practices, data, and computer systems, and also have access to the computer systems. The cost of addressing an insider threat incident has increased by 34% from $11.45 million to in 2020 to $15.38 million in 2022. So you will observe that the insider threat incidents are causing a lot of damage to the organizations, and the cost of these insider threats is also increasing. The frequency of insider threat incident is also increasing year by year. Industries that deal with sensitive information such as banking information and healthcare data are worst hit by insider threats. There is need on the part of the organizations to assess how and how well they are protecting themselves from insider threats. Now, another emerging trend is that cloud based cyber threats are also on the rise. in the context of cybersecurity, the cloud means cloud computing. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. It involves storing, managing, processing data on remote servers rather than on local computers or servers. As more and more companies are moving their data and applications to the cloud, it has become very important and an attractive target for the cyber criminals. As per a research, cloud based cyber attacks have increased by almost 48% over the course of 2022 as compared to the previous year. Data loss, malware, and ransomware attacks are among the top threats that the organizations face in the cloud. Financial services sector is the most affected by cloud-based attacks. Although cloud applications such as Google, Microsoft are well equipped with security from their end, still it is the user that acts as a significant source for malicious software and phishing attacks, because sometimes the individuals and many organizations do not adopt cybersecurity best practices. As the organizations are increasingly adopting cloud services, ensuring the safety and security of cloud environments, including data protection, access controls, and encryption, becomes very important. To protect cloud based data and networks, there is a growing demand for robust security solutions and practices. There is a need on the part of the organizations as well as the individuals to invest in effective cloud security measures so that the integrity and the confidentiality of the data is maintained. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.